Saint Thérèse of the Child Jesus, the Little Flower of Jesus. This reflection is prepared by Father Aube Francis, pastor at St. Jude Church, Grand Rapids, Michigan, USA. Date and place of birth. Saint Thérèse of Lisieux, known as the Little Flower, was born January 2, 1873 in Alencon, France. Her parents, Saints Louis and Zélie Martin, raised her in a devout Catholic household. She was the youngest of 9 children, 4 of whom died in infancy. The remaining 5 daughters all entered religious life. Early life and call to religious vocation. Thérèse was a sensitive and intelligent child, marked by a deep love for God. After her mother's death when she was 4, she became especially close to her father. At age 15, after much prayer and with special permission from the bishop and even Pope Leo XIII, she entered the Carmelite convent in Lisieux. Convent life. In the Carmelite convent, Thérèse embraced hiddenness, humility, and sacrifice. She never traveled beyond her convent walls, never preached a sermon, and held no high position. Instead, she lived out what she called her little way, doing small acts of love with great devotion. She offered her sufferings and everyday sacrifices for the salvation of souls. She carried out menial tasks in silence and joy. She practiced love even toward difficult sisters in communities, seeing Christ in each person. Her visions and spiritual experiences. Though she lived in hiddenness, Thérèse experienced profound mystical graces. She had visions of the child Jesus and experienced God's consoling presence during prayer. But she also endured great spiritual trials, including moments of darkness and dryness in faith, which she accepted as a share in Christ's suffering. Her writings, at the request of her prioress, Thérèse wrote her autobiography, Story of a Soul Listery Dunum, which became one of the most widely read spiritual classics. In it, she explained her little way. Holiness is not achieved through great deeds, but by trusting in God's mercy and doing small things with great love. Doctor of the Church, Thérèse died of tuberculosis on September 30, 1897. At just 24 years old, Pope Pius XI canonized her in 1925, only 28 years after her death in 1997. Pope St. John Paul II declared her a Doctor of the Church, the youngest person and one of only 4 women to receive this title. He gave her this honor because of the depth and universality of her spirituality. Her little way is a profound teaching for all Christians on holiness in ordinary life, showing that love is the heart of the gospel. Lessons from her life. 1. Holiness is possible in the ordinary, hidden acts of daily life. 2. Trust in God's mercy leads to freedom and joy. 3. Sacrifice, even small, when united with love, transforms the world. 4. Suffering, when accepted in faith, becomes a path to union with Christ. Meditation question. Am I willing to embrace the little way of Saint Thérèse, finding holiness not in great achievements, but in trusting God and performing ordinary acts with extraordinary love?